Welcome to North Georgia Now Today. Today is going to be a busy day of amazing, amazing music. You have heard Lance Carpenter in the past. You know that he wrote #1 songs performed by this young man here. Lance writes from life, and I think that is the greatest compliment for people to buy your life story. He has written his life story many times.
Right. He sings where we live and the songs that just apply to everyday life. And just wrote a great song. We listened to it on the way over here that we're going to be trying to do. It actually deals with a very touchy and tender subject, and that being of suicide.
Oh, wow.
And the title of the song
we talked about this yesterday.
Is Don't Take Your Life, Take Mine.
We talked about suicide yesterday, and it is very strange, but when you get to that point in your life, suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary situation. There are so many times that you get down as low as you can possibly go, and oh, here we go, I gotta pump you up. my dear buddy, Joel Osteen, if he cannot pump you up, now Freddie, I hope you're watching, this is my favorite picture ever. This is us with Joel. Joel Osteen will give you things to read in the Bible that will bring you out of a depression. There are so many things you can do. Don't ever, ever get that down that low. Lance might have been there at one point in his life.
May have. We'll talk to him and ask him about it here in a little bit. But this would be a good day for folks to hit the DVR.
It would be a great day.
Because we've got Daniel here. And
Daniel Hobbs is in. He came in from Indiana / Kentucky / Tennessee / here we go. He is here today. You're going to hear some great gospel and country music. It is about living your life to the fullest with whatever hand you're dealt, you know. And I think that is a great life's lesson. I wasn't exactly where I wanted to be many years of my life, but I made it through it. I learned from it. I took something positive away from all of it, although sometimes I go back and say, what were you thinking? You know, but
sometimes I do that quite often.
Yeah, but you make it through it. You make it through it, and the whole key is hang on, don't give up, and don't give in. Don't give in to that gloom and doom. And I have done that a little bit lately. I'm really having to pump myself up. If y'all think I'm pumping you up, it's me. It's me.
Well, I heard this at one time. It just has stuck with me. Failure is not falling. Failure is failing to get back up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. Right. Good. Yeah. Well, about 3 o'clock this morning, I thought of a good one. But about 4 o'clock, I forgot it. So, and it was funny because when I thought of it, I thought, oh, that's a life's lesson. And I, and you and I are going to today talk about something that I'm doing now. I'm sending out video emails. Because when I see myself getting down in the valley, I can come up with a quick little witty something. I can send out an email to everybody. It's personal. It is me coming straight to you immediately, and it lifts me by coming to you with a positive message. And I think that's important for me because I have been, in the last 4 weeks, I have been at the give up level. I have been at the don't care level. I have been at the what was I thinking level. I've been down as low as you could go. So Lance may have been reading my thoughts when he was writing a song of saving, because hopefully it will be saving somebody.
Oh, that's what we were talking about over there. You know, we've both known on the Southern gospel side of it what it is to have a song at the top of the chart, and thankful for that. And the main reason is because the message gets out that much more often, not necessarily for the notoriety of it, but
although that wasn't bad to get number one.
No, it doesn't hurt your feelings.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt your feelings. But we were talking on the way over as we listened to the demo of this song. If one person is helped, then it's worth it all. You know. So that's exciting to know that you have a part in that type of ministry, and that's what it is a ministry trying to help other people. So, and something I've been looking at quite a bit lately is the promptings that you feel. I have a lot of windshield time, a lot of drive time, and out of the blue, somebody will come across my mind, a preacher, a pastor, a friend, or something like that, and something I've just kind of been studying on in my mind and my spirit, just thinking about how we ignore those sometimes. Somebody maybe you haven't thought about in a while, it will cross your mind. I think it's so important at those times to follow that prompting, because it may be they just need to hear a voice, a friendly voice in this economy, in this foreclosure days that we're living in. And this, we talked about this the other day, and we talk about it quite a bit because it's so prevalent in our day. People are hurting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
It is a
if they
hurting
could hear
time.
one encouraging word, just I'm thinking about you, I'm praying for you, you just don't know how many people that will help along the way.
And I want to say this morning we are praying for and thinking of Tabby Engel, who is one of my little fans. She's has several sisters. They have been with us at different events. They were there with us the night we met Aaron Tippin. We want to send prayers to her. Looks like the picture they sent me was from a hospital bed. So just pray for Tabby and for her family. There are so many of you out there who send me great messages, and I've got to say a big thank you. I got to show you something. I went to my mailbox today. Y'all, I don't go to the mailbox very often. And I got this amazing gift from my friend and my neighbor, Frankie Jean Dorsey. She is a retired lady who sits and makes these beautiful little things that says, Sherry, Tuesday is my favorite day on your program. All my other co-hosts will love to hear this. I just had a birthday too, and happy birthday to you, Frankie Jean. I don't feel a year older. Call me sometimes. I don't feel a year older. I feel younger. I feel more vitalized. There is a miracle called friendship that dwells within the heart, and you don't know how it happens or when it gets its start. But the happiness it brings you always gives a special lift, and you realize that friendship is God's most precious gift. You and I became friends quickly and have gotten each other through some war zones.
Yeah, and it was through a song.
Through a song.
Through a song.
Through a song, man, Resurrection Ground. And to Joyce Kearns, thank you very much for my card. I love going to the mailbox. Warm wishes for your birthday. And, you know, I don't go to the mailbox very often. Thank you for the pleasure your program brings. Thank you very much. It has been an amazing journey. We are beginning 4 years here, 6 years
That's hard to believe.
of doing television, and it's like it was yesterday. It's like it was yesterday. And this is from my sweet thing, Carrie Hillhouse. She is so precious. We hope you had a great birthday, John, Carrie, Slade, and Keeley. Happy birthday to me, and thank you very, very much. We have had an amazing time. We have met some amazing people. We have been lucky enough to bring you some really good interviews with folks who touched me, and everybody knows if you haven't seen the movie Radio, go get it, go watch it. Don't watch it once, don't watch it twice, watch it 4 or 5 times, because every single time you watch it, you will take away another life's lesson from this. That's Coach Harold Jones and Radio as we interviewed them up in Anderson, South Carolina. Coach Jones stepped in and made a difference in someone's life, in one man's life, and now 46 years later into their great relationship, Radio's life was changed forever. It was changed forever.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we're
Well,
going
a lot of lives were changed.
a lot of lives were
Yep,
changed.
that's right.
And I think anybody who watches that film will take something back with yourself. You will say, I can make a difference in someone's life, in one person's life. And maybe Lance's song will do that.
That's
Just make a
it.
difference
I
in
believe it will.
someone's
We've
life.
listened to
Yeah.
it several times, and
Now, what's the other one he does about setting my place at the table?
oh man, yeah, great song.
That is the most amazing song. Now, the first time I heard it, it was done by Carolina Crossman. And then you picked it up and did it. And
That's right.
it is an amazing...
It's actually out at the radios now. Our record company sent it out. And of course, it was right before Christmas time, so it's kind of got lost with Christmas music, but it's coming back out now, and they're going on this. Now, I've been working on, actually, the album that is on with the record company. I have put it on my Have Not Forgotten CD, but it's actually going out on an album that I hadn't even finished yet. It's an amazing story. We were talking about this too. A lot of times what we think is a delay is actually a blessing in disguise. We have not been able to get the vocals completed on the CD, and Brother Lance called the other day and asked about if we had finished, and I said, well, not quite. You know, we're still, he said, well, I've got a song for you. And so we'll put it on the CD, and I would be very surprised if it doesn't become the next single that we put out because of just the message, because somebody needs to hear it. That's for sure. So, yeah, but setting my place at the table.
Will we get to hear that today?
No.
No, we won't hear that
We don't
song
know
today.
it well. I don't know it well enough to do it today.
Okay.
But hopefully before long, I've already called the man to start working on the soundtrack for it. So I hope by the time we get back from the cruise or so, we'll have it to where we can start.
He's going on a cruise next week, y'all. That's why he's here today. He's kind of filling in double duty this week because next week he is going to be sorrying away out in the beautiful ocean and on beaches and having a great time with his family and his friends, and we're going to be sitting here working, and according to the weather, Monday and Tuesday we're going to have more snow. What are they thinking?
It's work for me too. I mean, I got to sing.
It is not work.
I'm just kidding. I told him I'd sing. I think we're actually singing.
You'll probably singing as you're going to the buffet line.
I guarantee I will be. But what I'll be doing, though, is that I'm supposed to sing 2 20-minute stands while we're on this cruise. Anytime anybody wants me to sing for 40 minutes and give me a free cruise for me and my family, I'll do it any day. That's for sure. So,
any day.
Looking forward to it. Going to have my dad will be on there. He's celebrating his 40th anniversary. He and my stepmother, and then my sister Robin and her husband are celebrating 30 years. They're going to be on there, and then my sister Cheryl will be on there, and her husband, and my stepbrother Sean. We've never had him on here, and he's a special needs, you know, and
Down syndrome.
Down syndrome, and he and his wife are on there. They're celebrating 15 years of marriage. Both of them special needs, a very special couple. Very unique. He makes things very interesting. There's no doubt about it.
So it'll be fun.
Oh, it's going to be a great time. We have several friends that are going on too, and so we're looking forward to just having a great time.
I was going, and they told me that the extension cord will not run from here to the ocean, and because we're live Monday through Friday, I just decided I would not put the pressure on them trying to get an extension cord from here to wherever you're going.
Now, wait a minute. Now, before you go too far with that one, you did go to Alaska.
I did go to Alaska, and I did.
Taped.
I did.
That's right.
I did.
But that's not the whole reason she's not going.
If I had it to do over again, I might have really planned to go on a cruise. I've never been on. I've been on some short cruises, but not a relaxing time. So
3 things that I have done that really are relaxing vacations for me. One is the cruise. It is, you know, my wife and I were talking about this just the other day. We and the kids we were all sitting there talking about it. As we were early in our marriage and the kids were young, we dreamed of being able to go on a cruise. And this will be our 7th or 8th cruise. The Lord has allowed us to go on.
Because you can sing.
Well, I don't know about that. I sure can eat. I know that much. But the cruise is relaxing, and it's not necessarily going into port. It's actually just being out there and actually being away from cell phones and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Now, you can answer your cell phone, but as I understand it, it's about $10 a minute, so you really don't want to answer it.
It'll cost you. And then the other relaxing vacation was Alaska. I love Alaska. I've only been one time, and I do want to go back really bad. Never been to Hawaii, so I don't know about that yet. But the other thing that I do, and it's probably the most unusual, is a little town called Panacea, Florida. It's south of Tallahassee, right there in the Gulf. And I go down there to a little fishing shack, and we go out and fish, me and a buddy of mine, and I can probably sleep there better than I can sleep anywhere in the world.
Wow.
And I love it.
Everybody needs a little chilling time, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, today we are not going to put you to sleep. We are going to wake you up and revitalize you. I said yesterday, today will be a day of revival. We will be reviving you with some great gospel music. Daniel Hobbs has come down from Indiana. He just came in off of a stint on RFD TV and did Shotgun Red Show. Now, let me tell you something about RFD. We fought a long time to get it here at ETC. It is now available. It is one of those stations that takes you back to Americana as we knew and loved it. They have some great programming on there, and Daniel has just come in from doing that. It's a great channel that we didn't have for a couple of years, but we now have it available here on ETC, and it is one of our most popular channels. So check him out on that. And I can't remember what day he's already been on, and I don't know if they'll re-air, but they usually do. They're like everybody else; they re-air. So there you go. We're going to take a break, and we're going to go do what we do to take care of business. We're going to pay the bills. But I have 2 announcements I've got to make before we get into music. Tonight, the Gilmer County Senior Center, 6:30 p.m. The Southeastern Bluegrass Association guest band will be Forgiven from Blairsville, Georgia. Seniors provide a low-cost meal. Come and have dinner with them. We're the only dinner and show in town. Y'all come. Alan Dana Henderson, Ella J. Siva, Vice Presidents. And for more information, you can check out their website, www.northgabluegrass.com. You remember them from the program here, Generations, which is a great show. So we're going to go right now. We're going to take care of business, pay the bills, go see my friend Rich Scott, who is going to entice you. And I can tell you, we fixing to have another sale again. Don's been working in that warehouse. That thing's still full of junk. So we're going to have another sale again. I am so ready to have an empty building. I am just so ready. But if you are cleaning out and you have stuff to get rid of, turn your trash into cash by calling my friend Rich Scott here Monday through Friday. Every Monday through Friday at 5 p.m. he is live, and you can call him and talk to him on the air. take a break. We're going to go to Rich Scott commercials, and then we're back with music. Welcome back. Today is Thursday. Normally we would have Bill here, who dubs himself as my #1 co-host, but I decided, he's in San Diego. He's kind of on a little extended vacation for his wife's birthday.
You can tell him, as of today,
he is no longer
the number one co-host was here on Thursday.
That's right.
That's right.
And the other co-hosts will love to hear that too. So,
and I'm loaded with humility.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yes, you are. You love gospel music, and we're welcoming Daniel Hobbs, who loves gospel country music. You also love the state of Texas. You are a Texan who transplanted to Indiana. Is that right?
That is correct. I'm originally from Wichita Falls, Texas. And,
okay.
Moved down to San Antonio, worked down there for a good while, and met a wonderful lady doing a concert at a church one night who moved me up to Indiana.
So she had a great influence on you.
Absolutely. Yeah, God sent me a good person, that's for sure. He knew I needed it.
Now, when you met her and you decided to move, did you decide, well, this is the perfect move for me, or we're going to try it, we're going to see what happens? Did you immediately know that this is going to work? Do opposites attract sometimes? Is there anything about you that's different?
Oh, everything.
Everything. It's so weird.
Can
how
you
that
imagine?
happens.
You know, I'm from Texas, therefore I said my mother and dad were Pentecostal pastors. The one thing we did have in common, and her background was Pentecostal. So when we found that, we did unite, but everything else was absolutely different. I love the outdoors and, horses, and she's adapted well. So we both learned, what it is to try to please each other, and I think that's what the good Lord wants to.
Now, you do a lot of writing.
Absolutely.
Do you write from experiences from the two of you?
I have written a song for Gloria, and 2 or 3 of them, since we've been together, and then a lot of my childhood. I've written a lot of songs from my childhood.
Okay.
That's always vivid in my mind, and it seems like the older we get, we start reverting back into our childhood, and that's the good times that you remember, the fun times. Well, that's true, absolutely, and God is able to weed us through any of that.
Exactly.
So it's a wonderful thing, I think, to write about. And
Are you going to
God.
sing some of those songs today, or?
I've got one that I'm going to be singing this.
Which one?
That I wrote there. The very last one I'll be doing, Only a Dream. That was written from a personal experience that I had there
What part
Texas
of Indiana are you from?
Right now, we are living in southern Indiana, just outside of Louisville, Kentucky, just right over the border. My wonderful wife is a registered nurse there in Louisville, Kentucky, so we're just 35 miles from where she lives.
Okay, does she support you 100% in your singing venture?
She does.
Okay.
If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't stay afloat in many ways, that's for sure.
Now, do you have a real job?
On the side, I do. I've always been a driver, that held me up. I was an owner-operator truck driver for a while. I heard that you've heard about that a few times.
Right.
And right now I drive a big old coach, 55-passenger coach from time to time, and they work great with me. American coaches, they're out of southern Indiana.
Oh, wow.
So I get to travel. I'm traveling always, doing something,
Well, that's
so that's
cool.
great, yeah.
Now, we found you because we had Rebecca came on the show.
Yes, Rebecca Lewis, good friends.
And did she tell you how I met her?
She did not. I'm sorry.
It was very strange because I pick up people in weird places, but I was up there interviewing Loretta Lynn's daughter, and we were there, and while I was talking to Betty Sue, this lady came in, and then we just started, and all of a sudden I said, will you sing for me? And Freddie just held up the camera, and this woman just stood there and sang.
Oh, yes, that sounds like
That's
Rebecca.
And then she told me about you, and she said,
super,
you will be blown away by his voice. You are compared to Merle Haggard, and you are compared to Randy Travis. Would you rather be compared to Daniel Hobbs?
Merle Haggard's been a boyhood friend of mine, and I've got the pleasure of actually opening a couple shows for him. Doing some stuff with Merle, and I've always loved Merle Haggard, and he's my all-time idol, if there was an idol, as far as country music, or any kind of music like that, because he's really got some good stories in his songs that I really, really relate to, and that's what I like. He tells a story about each and one of his songs, and that's kind of the way I have been, through there. So I don't mind someone at all comparing me to Merle Haggard. I think that's an honor, absolutely.
Now, you have appeared on RFD, and you're about to appear on them again in February.
That's correct. I'm honored to be a part of the Shotgun Red Variety Show. And it'll be, my airing will be in February. I'm not sure exact time. I know they come on at 8 o'clock Eastern on Thursdays, on Thursday evening. Well, if they got a chance through, matter of fact, I'm going to try to do one of the songs tonight, Only a Dream. that I'm going to be doing on RFD that they picked out of there.
Good.
So yeah, I'm really glad and honored to be on that.
Now, how did RFD evolve? Why did they come up with the idea of the concept of Americana as we used to know it?
Well, they refer to themselves as rural America's most important network. And I really believe it is, because they really can get down on your level in each and every state. They don't just, like Texas Country Reporter or whatever they use, they go right into the heart of the people that are the foundation.
I think that's why we've been so successful.
Absolutely.
We are in their neighborhoods, we are in their churches, we are in their faces every day. And I think that's what makes it work, because if we were talking about New York City, do you think we would have succeeded here? I don't think
exactly.
so. I don't think so. And sometimes I worry about bringing people away from our area, but then I'll get these positive calls and comments, and they'll say, we really like that Rebecca Lewis, or we really like that Diane Berry, or we really like, so I brought in some folks from Nashville, and I was a little bit nervous about that, because we are local, but we are local from Tennessee to Cherokee County, so we've got a big area. Are there places down here, have you ever performed down this way before?
Oh yes, I have. Matter of fact, this is odd. I actually met her singing and doing a church in Rome, Georgia.
Oh wow.
She was down visiting some people. You think
So you think God doesn't have a plan?
And at the end of the show, we ended up talking and meeting, and goodness, what was it, honey? Not even 2 months, 2.5 months, I think we dated and said, hey, there's no sense in this. Let's just go on and do this and move on, So we've been together.
How long has this been?
10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
10 years.
Great.
Sure.
And what were your thoughts the night you come in there and sang?
He was a wonderful singer.
Yeah.
Great, great. Well, there was a plan there.
Yeah. Now, are both your parents still alive?
I lost my dad this past year.
Okay.
My mom's still living.
And both of mine are
Still
alive.
involved in the church?
They're in Texas.
Were they still involved in the church?
Mine is.
Okay.
And mine, they've retired.
Okay.
So they've retired from.
Are they proud of what you're doing?
Absolutely, absolutely. I couldn't have any better. Sometimes they bother me. There'll be 2 or 3 times a day they're calling. What are you doing today? Or where you at? Or where you at?
Now, are your parents watching? They can watch us streaming. Did you know that?
No, I did not know that.
Okay, so
I did tell them about
after we
this.
come off the set, you call your mom and dad and you say, get on at 6 o'clock tonight, because we will re-air at 6 o'clock tonight. And you can have people watch us streaming tonight at 6 o'clock and then again at 1 a.m.
That's
So there you go.
wonderful.
So your folks, where do they live now?
They're in Wichita Falls, Texas.
Okay, okay.
Sure.
Yeah, they can watch us. That's cool. I don't know if we have any viewers in Wichita Falls, so there you
Whatever
go.
time that is.
There you
What time
go.
is that?
I think they're 2 hours away.
2 or 3 hours behind.
Are they on Central Time Zone?
They're 1 hour behind.
Yeah, they're
1
central.
hour.
Just 1 hour.
Okay.
Because we're Eastern here, right?
Cool. That is neat.
So that's super.
That's neat.
Sure
Do you choose some of the music he does? Do you influence him at all?
Probably. I do pick out his songs a lot of times.
And you'll say, this is a winner and this is going to work, or honey, maybe not. How do you tell somebody who sings this well, honey, maybe not? Is that hard?
He does good with that. You just kind of get a feel for what, the atmosphere you're singing in as to what songs.
She's picked my songs out today.
Right. Now, and I
She
told
did,
you,
yeah.
I said no drinking, no women chasing, no wall. It's got to be something with a wholesome message and a positive message. And you said your music reflects that.
Absolutely. Well, that is, I will always be honored to say that, well, my grandmother, for example, just in short there, told me if I'd always keep God involved in whatever I do, that he would be the foundation that would support me. And without doubt, I truly believe that. And I believe you got to believe that as a person inside. You can't just say, I do this, or I'm doing this. But we try to live what we teach, through music. And I just love, honestly, the gospel is just one of my favorites, as well as the country. I love to minister in churches, and do that. And I have a lot of songs that bring a lot of children into the activities. I do little skits with them as we do songs, and so I believe if I keep that there, God will open the doors, and as well as I'm so glad to be here. I believe you are a door to this area.
Thank you.
Right.
We're gonna
Talking about demos, it's interesting, and you know this, and I know Lance knows this. Some people do and some people don't. We call it getting beyond the demo. And now the demos I get normally from Lance are from Ricky Atkinson, and he does a fantastic job. That's not all the demos. A lot of demos are sitting in a living room with a cassette player and out-of-tune guitar, all this kind of stuff. And a lot of times people will throw a song aside. I've actually got probably 3 boxes full of songs that we as the Inspirations, when I was with them, tossed aside that they didn't like, but I heard a song in there and I thought, but if you're not careful, you'll listen to the singer and miss the song. And that's, you've got to get beyond that demo. And again, like I say, I want to say this because I don't want Lance taking offense to that, because his demos are excellent. But and they don't have to be professionally done. But some group members and stuff can't get beyond that. If it's not a perfect demo, they can't hear the song. And to me, some of the greatest songs I've ever heard were the worst demos I've ever heard. You know, and I really like that simply because of this. And I've come to find this out, that when I'm listening to demos, other groups have heard that same demo, and they thought it was a terrible song because of the way the demo was.
Exactly.
And I'm thinking, I'm glad they passed that one up. I want that song. You know? So that's why I've got 3 boxes at the house that if I need a new song, I'll go and listen to them because I've marked it on the outside, number 3, number 4, number 5, whatever, and I'll listen to that song again. And it's amazing because, you know, so I encourage people, don't worry about the demo. Get your song out there, because there are singers out there that are listening for the song, not necessarily trying. These people aren't trying to make a name for themselves in their singing. They're trying to get their song out. Don't let that hold you back, because if the Lord wants that song out there, He's going to have a singer hear the song and not the singer.
That's right.
You know, so it's just important to note, just on the side. You know, if you got a song, get it out there. People are listening for it. So.
And get it out to somebody who has a voice like yours. Hopefully, yeah. We're going to take a break and go to community calendar, and then we're going to come back and we're going to set you up to do some songs. Now, tell me what you've chosen for today.
Well, again, thank God for Gloria on this. We want to start off with a song here called "Consider Jesus," and I really like that song. I think it's a good starter and an opener for many of the shows I do, because right off the bat it states, consider Jesus. You know, no matter if you're going through darkness, no matter if you're going through light, no matter how dreary your day might be, or what the future might be that you're worried about, just basically forget it and consider Jesus. How many times in life do we walk through circumstances and we get through there and thought, wow, I worried way too much. There was a set of shoulders that was far more able to bear the pain that I just went through. You know, if I would have just consider Him. You know, that's simple. That's all God's asking, just a simple, small consider, just a thought. Just a simple consider of Jesus. So we're going to start off with that one right there today. I hope you enjoy it, and that'll kind of set the tune for some of the other ones. I think we've brought out in this area. I believe a lot of people love the traditional old country music, as well as traditional gospel. What was did we do leaning? What is the other one you had on there? Leaning on the Everlasting Arms. Y'all remember that? We're going to do that. A lot of the churches asked for, just put out a new CD called I Believe. And that's what it's stating. It's a bunch of the old traditional
We played
gospel.
your CD and folks loved it.
And so we're going to do one of them on there. Then I think we'll end it up with, what was the one there?
Beautiful Day. That's another one you wrote.
Well, I know she wants me to elongate on that. That song, just in brief right there, when I was 19 years old, I wrote that song. And just like you were saying a while ago, I was sitting over here almost laughing. I had that thing sitting on the shelf until just 2 years ago. And never done nothing with it. And my grandma's always loved it since the first time I done it. And it's amazing how God gave me that at such a young age. And I brought it out here the other day, and Gloria told me, she said, when we finished the recording there out of Nashville, and she said, that is got an anointing that's just unreal. And so everywhere we go, we've been adding that to it here this past year. And it's off of my Real Country Music period. I put that right in the middle of a bunch of country songs.
So we're going to warn y'all, hit your DVR, because then you will have a mini Daniel Hobbs concert that you can go back and play over and over again. If you don't have our package that has DVR, shame on you, because even I've learned to use that. So we're going to take a break, go to the community calendar. When we come back, be ready, be prepared. You're going to get a mini concert from Daniel Hobbs, and then we're going to bring on Lance Carpenter, who writes #1 songs. He often writes #1 songs. We'll be right back.
There's a path back in the mountains that golden house where I was born, and even now memories linger. My mama's smile through the hills all roaming, lonesome pine calling me home. It's been so long since I left that cabin in search of wealth, fortune, and fame. Late at night, when I'm alone and lonely, I still hear my daddy call my name. Lonesome pine, I hear you calling, calling me back to my home, where the fox and elm through the hills all roaming, lonesome pine calling me home. Someday soon I'm gonna travel back to the land that I love best. In the stillness of the mountains, I will find sweet peace and rest. Lonesome pine, I hear you calling, calling me back to my home, where the fox and elm through the hills all roaming, lonesome pine calling me home.
When the burdens of the day follow you tonight, don't be afraid. Oh, don't be afraid. When the sorrow that you've known, it won't leave you alone. Don't you be afraid. No, don't be afraid. Consider Jesus. Just consider Jesus. Consider Jesus. Jesus the Lord. When darkness is all around and no light can be found, don't you be afraid. No, don't be afraid. When the sorrow it has begun and you feel you're the only one, don't be afraid. No, don't be afraid. Consider Jesus. Just consider Jesus. Consider Jesus. said, Jesus the Lord. Yes, His Jesus our Lord. Late one night, a Pharisee came to Jesus. He said, Teacher, can you tell me what to do? I know the law, yes, I've read it through and through, and I've been to the temple, but you know, Lord, that just won't do. Nicodemus, why can't you understand? You are just a man, and you're traveling through this land, and you must be born again. Oh, you must be born again. But Lord, I know all the right prayers. See, I even know the commandments too. Yeah. I've been a religious man all of my life, and can you just tell me what I need to do? I said, Nicodemus, why can't you understand? You are just a man, and you're traveling through this land, and you must be born again. Yeah, you must be born must be born again.
Okay, we're going to swap CDs and go to two more songs.
Right.
That is, oh man, what a voice. What a strong, powerful voice. And I don't compare him
brave. This is early in the morning.
This
to be
is
singing
early
some
in the
of those
morning
notes.
to get those notes.
Sure.
I don't compare him to Randy Travis, because Randy Travis is really, really mellow and quiet, but he is definitely that powerful voice that people will be listening for. Amazing. Here we go. They've got the CD ready, and we're going to hit it one more time. Remember, keep that DVR rolling, because today's show is one of those you'll want to replay. Back to Daniel Hobbs.
What a fellowship, what a joy divine,
Leaning on the everlasting arms.
what a blessedness, what a peace is mine.
Leaning on the everlasting arms. Leaning, leaning, safe and secure from all alarms. Leaning,
to dread? What have I to fear?
Leaning on the everlasting arms.
I have blessed peace with my Lord so near.
Leaning on the everlasting arms. Leaning, safe and secure from all alarms. Leaning on the everlasting arms.
Now, Lance, you said that's one of your favorite songs, and Matt, you said that's one of your
Love it.
favorite
Love
songs. Isn't it funny how everybody has those favorites? Now,
Well, and I'll tell you what, some of the old songs never get too old. I'm seeing, and some people like contemporary singing and some music, and there's some things going on in our churches now where a lot of people are doing the contemporary songs.
Right.
Some of them are great songs, but I've noticed no matter where you go, the old standards bless people. And even Daniel mentioned that he did a CD that was mostly hymns, and that's great. I mean, because a lot of people identify and they want to hear them, and they're not getting to hear them in the regular church setting, so they eat those up. That's for sure.
and songs like Love Lifted Me, Amazing Grace, Everlasting Arms, Softly and Tenderly.
Oh, Rugged Cross.
Oh, Rugged Cross.
I
All
know.
4 verses. All
You'll
4
never let
verses.
me forget that
Don't
one. I know
ever
it.
do 2 verses, Oh, Rugged Cross. Do 4 verses of it.
That's in that
Those
song
old
he wrote.
standards.
He put a line from Old Rugged Cross on that in that song that
Wow.
we'll talk about in a minute.
Wow, wow. Well, we're going to go back to Daniel. He's going to do one more song for us, and then at the end of the show, we're going to end with the song that he did on RFD that I think he said he wrote, and it's it's about a dream and not giving up your dreams. And many of us are fulfilling our dreams finally.
That's right.
So don't ever give up. Here we go, back to Daniel for one more song.
Have you made someone happy? Made someone sad? What have you done with this day that you had? God gave it to you, yes He did. You can do what you would. You can do what is wicked. Yeah. Or you can do what is good. What did you do with your beautiful day? God gave it, He gave it to you, yes He did. Did you throw it away? Did you look for that rose? Or just go and gather that same ugly weed? Did you lift up His holy name? Or did you cause our Savior shame? Did you make someone smile? Or just let them frown? Did you lift someone up? Or cut someone down? Oh, listen to this. Did you call on the blood did you take the wrong hand and say I don't understand? What did you do with your beautiful day? God gave it, He gave it to you, yes He did. Did you throw it away? Did you look for that rose? Just go and gather that same ugly weed. Did you lift up His holy name? Did you cause our Savior shame? Oh, think about it. I said, did you lift up His holy, holy name? Or did you cause our Savior shame?
We're back. Happy birthday. Brian Thurman, we just gave you a mini concert for your birthday. We didn't have to wrap it. We didn't have to go out and buy it. We just are giving you. So if today is your birthday, happy birthday to all of you. And a special happy birthday to Brian Thurman. There you go. That was a nice gift to be able to give a concert. What amazing music. What a great voice. And you said he nailed some stuff early in the morning. That was tough to do, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That was tough to do. That was tough to do.
Yeah.
Now, Lance Carpenter is joining us. And Lance, I think it's perfect for you and Daniel to be here together today because he sings the things that you could write something for him.
Yes,
you could write him a song. You could write Brother Matt a song, and they would be totally different with a totally different sound, but to get the message across. Your songs are about a message, aren't they?
I hope, pray that's, I try, you know, I co-write most all the time. I very seldom write a song alone, but
but now let me explain his co-writing, okay?
Okay.
He'll write a song and let somebody put a line in it, and he'll say they're
Then
the
he'll say
co-writer.
they
So
co-wrote,
I can't wait for him to let me do that. I'm going to do that with him. I want to.
you know,
Now, Matt talked a little bit about a new song. And you have a song out that Archie Watkins is doing about Alzheimer's.
yes, ma'am.
She'll remember me?
He will.
He'll remember me. Okay. That is from your family and history from your family, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Partially.
Now, the new song is about ending your life when you shouldn't. And is that from a life experience, or did you just feel
You
that
know,
would touch
it
people?
really is. And I was, at the end of November, I was on my way back from Florida. And the Lord began to, I was going over with the Lord, riding along, how I appreciated Him sparing my life. I tried to end my life twice. And I'm not really proud of that, but I do want to say this. It would be worth it, what I went through, once I put a Porsche into a concrete telephone pole.
Wow.
And they punched a hole in my throat and kept me from drowning with my own blood. But God led me through that, and I was in coma, and some very bad things happened, but God was in the midst of it all. And then I went to Nashville, and you know, for me, I had a little bit of success there with a song called Raining on My Pillow on Decca Records. Owen Bradley got to be a dear friend of mine, and he helped me get started in
Now, I'm going to stop you right here, and I'm going to ask a trivia question. Who is the lady that Owen Bradley promoted, produced. Actually, there are a couple of them that I think you'll know, and either one of these will give you a CD. But we've got a table full of CDs we're going to give away today. We're going to start with Matt Dibler's Christmas CD. Yeah, I know it's not Christmas, y'all, but this is the best version of Oh Holy Night you will ever hear. He nails it. So there you go. If you can call us and tell us who are a couple of the ladies or one of the ladies that Owen Bradley produced. Now go on with your story.
Okay.
And our number is 866-939-2329. I know y'all have got that number memorized. Okay, go ahead.
Where was I? Oh,
He
yeah.
was in Nashville.
I was in Nashville.
That's right.
And, you know, I had a little bit of success, and I thought that would make me happy. And when I really realized that happiness is not really in what number your song is in the charts, I went right to the bottom. And there were some extenuating circumstances in my life at that time. But I tried to take my own life with drugs. And according to the physician.
That'll do it every time.
Yeah,
won't it?
and the physician said, I don't think you could take all that without dying. And I just was thanking God. But the Lord put this thought in my mind that I might share it with some other people. And I'm glad to say my dear friends are recording this, I hope, fair soon.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, it's funny because.
When you heard it, did it immediately hit with
Oh,
you?
yeah. The lines, there are so many good lines in this song. One particular line that really sticks out to me is he goes from the first verse to the second verse. He's talking about he's at a low spot. He's thinking about going ahead and taking his life. And it goes right into this line, I was trembling outside the gates of hell. All right, now, if you don't really pay attention, that is a powerful line, because anybody that is not saved, that does not know the Lord as personal Savior, if they're contemplating taking their life, they're one bullet, one breath, 1 second away from eternity in hell.
Yes, sir.
And that's what that message is. But he called me and he said, Lance is a very humble man. I know, and I appreciate him, but he's humorous too, and he don't even mean to be. He says, now I don't know if you'd be interested in this or not, but I've got a song I really believe. I said, Lance, I said, anybody that has ever given me the greatest song I've ever sung,
Right, yeah, I might
that
be
calls me and
interested.
tells me I've got a good song.
Yeah.
And for Lance to say I've got a good song is rare, because he don't consider his songs great. And I think
Although
they're
they're number
wonderful.
ones, yeah.
And so I thought, and I shared, the delay in our recording, and I believe it was for this song. There is, and I believe God works this way, there is one person out there that this song needs to get to. And so the delay is worth every bit of it for that one person to hear this message. And I believe it'll go to a lot of people because of how prevalent this is in our day and time. So, I mean.
The title of the song that the Lord gave me, the title first, and it's called Don't Take Your Life, Take Mine.
Yeah.
And it's how the Lord brings us through so many situations. And I love this about Jesus. He doesn't give up on us.
No.
And he said, don't take your life, take mine.
Wow.
And it starts out with the thought, I was losing every battle with sin, fighting in a war that I could not win. And that's what it is. Without the Lord Jesus, we're not winners. He's the one that.
Right.
And by the way, I cannot take any credit for these songs. The Lord just gives them to me. I'm reminded of can I tell a little humorous something? One time a very good gospel singer was being interviewed, kind of like I am this morning, and he kept saying, the Lord gave me this song. And finally, the man that was interviewing him said to him, much like maybe y'all could say to me, well, what do you mean the Lord gave me this song? He said, what do you mean by that? He said, after we go off the air, I'll sing you some that I wrote.
Wow.
And I thought that was a good analogy.
Good comeback.
Yeah, I'll sing you some later. He's the one that gives the song.
And you summed it up in one of the songs you wrote one time. It's called I Just Held the Pen.
Yeah.
And if a person is writing from the heart, from the Lord, that's how they really feel. Really, we're just instruments in the Lord's hands, that's for sure. But
Now, you're
great
going to do
song.
some music for us today. What have you chosen today?
Well, I thought I'd do The Anchor Holds, which is
Awesome
a great song.
Very popular song.
I don't do a whole lot of my own songs. I try to do some, but I'm sure glad great singers like Brother Matt I hope to pitch Brother Daniel a song or two
Oh,
if
yeah.
he'll let me.
Oh, yeah.
I greatly appreciate their talent and their testimony. And then we want to do that song that Matt and the group recorded. And it's on his new CD, I believe, called
it sure
He
is.
Broke the Chain.
Yeah, I did that one. That's
And
a great
then
song.
I'm going to ask Brother Matt to sing a song that I wrote after being in Houston, Texas. I co-wrote with Brother Steve Hurt. He's a fine pastor over in
Athens,
Athens,
where we're
Georgia.
visiting now.
Athens, Georgia. And there was a preacher preaching that morning. He made this statement. He said, "I believe the prodigal son, who left
Oh,
and
yes.
went to the far." He said, "I think every day he got up and said, 'Now, Mom, just go ahead and set him a place at the table by faith.
Oh, yeah.
We know he's coming home.'"
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I want to say to anybody that has a prodigal, keep believing.
Yeah. Keep the door
Because
open.
this song, I wish I could read you some of the emails. You know what makes it so worthwhile for a songwriter is when someone sends a letter to you and it tells about how that they were strengthened and that it caused them
Oh,
to
yeah.
keep going for a few
Yeah.
more. It's really the Lord,
Sure.
but they say this song convinced us that we can by faith set his place.
Oh, yeah.
And I've had a few people tell them we're just setting the place. at
Well,
the
I'm
table.
amazed. God could do it without us,
Yes, sir.
but in His infinite plan, He chose to use us.
That's so well. That's so well said.
He could do it without me. I know that.
Oh Lord.
But He gives us the ability, and when we turn around and use it, the ability He gave us, He lets us think we actually did something when He did it all anyway.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right.
So,
Well, we're going to take a break and we're going to go to some wonderful music by Lance Carpenter, and then Matt's going to join him. The music is incredible. The message is absolutely the most amazing ever. Anchor Holes is one of those songs that will touch so
Yes,
many
ma'am.
people. Prodigal Son is one of those. Every time I hear it, and you know why, I just, I could have been a mom standing at a grave, and by the grace of God, I am not.
Thank God.
Thank God my child has just celebrated 4 years and 2 months of
Yes,
being clean.
clean.
Now,
That's
you
right.
talk about an amazing journey.
Well.
An amazing journey. So, and
I
I
remember the
thank
day
God
we
every
went
day.
to the altar there at the church
Oh,
and
yeah.
just prayed, and I'm glad Lord watched out for her.
Oh
tell
yeah,
you.
oh yeah, because she was as close to death as you can get,
Yeah.
and
Bless her
and the Lord chose to keep her here, and
Well,
I
that
thank God
is
every
so
day.
wonderful.
Oh yeah. Well, she had called me, and she even had accepted the fact that we were going to be preparing a funeral before
Yeah.
long.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
God had other plans.
Oh yeah, absolutely,
I love
that.
absolutely.
I love it.
We're going to take a break. We've got a couple of birthdays. Let's get those in right quick before we go. We've
All
actually
right.
got 3 birthdays.
3 of them.
Okay, Kayla Allen, happy birthday from your friend Anita. Happy birthday to you, 18 years old. Dwayne Inslee from Aunt Anita, happy birthday.
Yeah,
and
Anita's
Chad
busy.
Inslee, yes, there you go.
there you
Happy
go.
birthday to each and every one of you. And today, for your birthday, you get a mini concert. Now we're going to a Lance Carpenter concert. Let's go back to community calendar for just a second, and then when we come back, hit that DVR. There you go. Some more great music today.
This road I'm on is straight and narrow, but it leads to a better home. It was laid by Christ one day at Calvary, where he suffered all alone. This road may lead over many high mountains and valleys dark and low, but I walk each day with sweet assurance that I'll safely reach my home.
Up
Ahead there's joy and gladness and rest for the weary soul.
ahead.
Ahead there's peace and contentment. Everybody will be happy and whole.
I know that I'll
be at home with Jesus, where tears will never be shed. Though so often this road gets rough and rocky, still I know what lies ahead.
While on this road I get so weary and often my feet would stray, but a gentle hand still leads me onward and helps me find the way. As I climb each hill and cross each valley, by his hand
up ahead.
Ahead there's joy and gladness and rest for the weary soul.
Up ahead.
Ahead there's peace and contentment. Everybody will be happy and whole.
I know that
I'll be at home with Jesus where tears will never be shed. Though so often this road gets rough and rocky, still I know what lies ahead.
Up ahead.
Ahead there's joy and gladness and rest for the weary soul.
I have journeyed through the long dark night, out on the open sea. By faith alone, sight unknown, and yet his eyes were watching me, and the anchor holds, though my ship is battered, the anchor holds, though my sails are torn. And I have fallen on my knees as I faced the raging sea, the anchor in spite of the storm. The gentleman who wrote this song had lost a child, and this verse is so precious. He and his wife. I've had visions, and I've had dreams. I've even held them in my hand, but I never knew that my dreams might slip through like they were only grains of sand. Well, I've been young, but I'm older now. I'm glad I can say there has been beauty these eyes have seen. But it was in the night when I faced the storms in my life. Oh, that's where God proved his love for me, and the anchor holds, though my ship is battered, the anchor holds, though my sails are torn, and I have fallen on my knees as I face the rain. see the anchor hold. In spite of the storm, thank God my anchor holds. There's an old hymn that I love to kind of pick a little bit on, and I don't really think of myself as a picker so much, as a singer so much, as just a guitar player, but this is an old one. My Jesus, I love thee. I know thou art mine, and for thee all the follies of sin I resign. My gracious Redeemer and my Savior art thou, and if ever I have loved thee, Jesus, 'tis now. And I love thee because thou hast first loved me, and you purchased, Lord, my pardon when you died on Calvary's tree. I love thee for wearing, Lord, you wore those thorns on your precious brow. And if ever I have loved thee, oh Jesus, 'tis now. I'll love thee in life, and I'll love thee in death, and I'll praise thee as long as thou lendest me the breath, and sing when the death due. Why, someday it'll lie cold on all our brow, but on that day we can say, if ever I've loved thee, Jesus, 'tis now. Lord, 'tis now.
Okay, Brother Matt is going to join Lance now, and I believe they're going to do a song. that you may have heard. You may have heard it once or twice. You may have heard it several times. We also want to ask a question. If you can tell me the #1 song that Matt Dibler sang lead in, that Lance Carpenter wrote, call us at 866-939-2329, and you will win a copy. We're going to give you 3 things. We're going to give you a DVD, we're going to give you the Promise Quartet, and we're going to give you a copy of Mr. Bluegrass, Charles Harper. So here you go. You're going to get a little bluegrass, a little gospel, and a whole lot of both. If you can tell us the name of the song, and we actually have somebody in the studio now that has the shirt on with the name of the song. I'd have him walk in front of the camera, but that would give you one big clue. 866-939-2329. And we're going to go back to Brother Matt and Lance, and they're going to do the song, not the one I'm asking the question, but another one about the prodigal son. This is one of, in my opinion, Lance's best song ever. So here we go, back to Lance Carpenter and Matt Dibler.
Well, here's a great song that I've enjoyed singing and getting to know because it's my personal testimony. He's still setting my place at the table.
Okay, we're going to do that. All right. I'm sorry.
That's all right. We're going to get geared up for the right key.
Geared up for that, okay.
There we go. It's amazing, I never saw till today how foolish a son I have been. The grass is not greener here, and nobody cares, but I know where I've got a friend. He's still setting my place at the table. He's still calling my name in prayer. He still looks up the road. Somehow he knows the prodigal son is coming home. I lost everything that I had to find out. What I needed was there all along. So I'm leaving this place. I want to see my Father's face and hear him say, son, welcome home. I was still a great way from my Father's house. He came running to greet this lost son. I said, your servant I'll be. He never heard me. He cried, my prodigal son has come home. And he's still setting my place at the table. He's still calling my name in prayer. But now I'm in the right place. I'm just a trophy of God's grace. The prodigal son has come home. Yes, I'm in the right place. It's all because of grace. The prodigal son is coming home, coming home. The prodigal son has come home.
I love having front seat tickets to great concerts. We're going to bring Daniel Hobbs back. We're going to let him do one more song. Now, this is an original song by him. You just heard Lance Carpenter's original song, Set My Place at the Table. It has never been done better than Matt Dibler does it. It was also done by the Carolina Crossmen. It is a great song with an amazing, amazing message. We're going to go now back to Daniel Hobbs, and you're going to hear another song with an amazing, amazing message. I can tell you, Adam is a very, very smart man, and he will have these on YouTube by night's end, I would say. So you will get a version of Lance and Matt doing Setting My Place at the Table, and you will get to hear Daniel as he does his song that he wrote, an original. I think it will touch you. It must be a pretty good song, or RFD wouldn't have made it the song they're going to feature. So here we go, back to Daniel Hobbs, who is, you know, guys, he came in from Indiana. That is one more long drive, but he made it. He has been here today. I hope you've enjoyed this mini concert. It is a gift from me to you. Happy day to all of you. Right now, we're going back to Daniel Hobbs for one more song.
I held you briefly. You touched my soul. Only one moment, and I lost control. I'm filled with passion to hold you again. When will I ever be more than a friend? Are you only a dream that never comes true? Or reality? Honey, I'll leave that to you. When I close my eyes, yes, I'm filled completely. If you're only a dream, you're so real to me. Is it wrong dreaming this way? Are we still hurting from feelings that day? Oh, but fate, it has a way, oh, of bringing lovers together. And if we're only a dream, we'll be lovers forever. Are you only a dream that never comes true? All reality, darling, I'll leave that to you. When I close my eyes, I'm filled so completely. If you're only a dream, you're so close my eyes, I'm filled so completely. If you're only a dream, you're so real to me.
Good job, good show. Daniel, run right over here and sit down beside Lance Carpenter. We have very little time left. Bring that handheld mic with you and we'll just go ahead and use that. I can tell you, if I had my druthers, I'd druther today have been a 3-hour show. But it is not. Daniel, scoot back down here a little bit closer to Lance. Okay, this is an amazing plan because God is in charge of everything. We have the greatest songwriter anywhere, everywhere sitting here. We have an amazing voice sitting together. Now, if God has a plan, then next year you will have a #1 song written by this man.
Sounds wonderful to me.
It sounds great. It sounds great. Y'all have got to get together and you have got to produce something together because your life, and for people who don't remember, Lance led a life that was not exactly perfect.
No, Lord.
Were you into drugs, alcohol? The whole thing. And when you listen to his music, you will understand that he was as low as you go. And from that, you have rescued so many people with your words to your songs.
Well, and sure, another thing, a lot of people don't realize, I don't know if you still carry several copies with you or not, but Lance has a testimony tape, a CD, a testimony CD. One of the greatest testimonies I've ever heard, and it's good.
Can I give the website? Just lancecarpenter.com.
Okay.
And you can click on testimony and you hear the whole.
LanceCarpenter.com.
Okay, LanceCarpenter.com. He will be back with us in the near future. Maybe we'll just extend this to a 3-hour show anytime these two are on here.
Yeah.
This could be a day of salvation, a day of recovery, a day of revitalization, a day of revival. Today is the day, the first day of your life. Don't get to a point you give up. Your new song, we'll talk about that.
Yes.
Matt will be recording that. Daniel, I hope we hear more things from you.
Oh, yeah.
Please get on Facebook and contact Daniel Hobbs.
Yeah.
What's your middle name?
My website's danielmarinhobbs.com.
There you go. There you go. And he is one of my Facebook friends now, I think, finally. I think we connected, but Facebook is a great way to stay connected. Today, I promise you, Adam will have this on YouTube, so you'll get to see a little bit of that. Go to Sherry Martin, I think it's Sherry Martin 2009 on YouTube, and Adam will have that along with many other performances. You're on there several times. You're getting a lot of hits, big boy.
I know a lot of people want to hit me. I don't know about hits.
A lot of people want to hit him.
I've been hit several times
It is time
already.
we do something. We've got to do it. We never do it here. We never say goodbye, but I will say we will see you later. From North Georgia Now Today, I'm Sherry Martin.
And I'm Matt Dibler. We do not like to say goodbye, so don't forget to tune in tomorrow morning for North Georgia Now Today. It's going to be a great day.
Right here only on ETC3. Remember, 8:30 to 10 a.m., 6 to 7:30 p.m., and 1 to 2:30 for you late nighters. And welcome back, streaming. We know that we've had some streaming issues, but I know folks are picking it up again, so thank you very much for correcting that problem, ETC. We will see you again only on ETC. Don't touch that dial. Here comes my buddy Rick Scott.
What a beautiful mess I'm in, spending all my time with you. There's nothing else I'd rather do. What a sweet addiction that I'm caught up